Hi, I'm Spenta, and today I'm here with a beautiful plant. It's a hardy hibiscus, and I'd like to share a little bit about this beautiful plant with you. I'm Persian and I'm a cultivator. If you're new here to my channel, please check out my content and hit that subscribe button. Your subscriptions, comments, and likes are greatly appreciated. Many thanks to my friends, my members, my super chatters for your donations and for following me on my journey. Here we are with hibiscus, and today a friend of mine, the grasshopper, is here. That's right, I enjoy the simple things in life, and today I have a beautiful grasshopper joining me in with this amazing hibiscus plant. Let's talk a little bit about hibiscus. Hibiscus is actually tropical versus not. This here is a non-tropical hibiscus plant. Even though it looks so tropical, it's because it's a hybrid. That's why it grows this way, and that's why it's so beautiful with the flower that looks like a dish, a saucer. Grasshopper was on it earlier enjoying some nectar, and some butterflies and bees came over. Definitely a good addition to your gardens if you're wanting to grow perennials yet you live in a cooler climate. I live in USDA Zone 7. I'm Persian. I'm from a tropical area, so I like growing flowers that are tropical. My indoor plant collection is of abundance, even though I think I could always have more plants. I know I could always use more. Grasshopper here is actually watching my video now. That's nice. And my co-host here, waiting on another flower to bloom. As you must know, hibiscus likes to grow a flower a day here. As it closes the other bloom, another one will reopen and bloom again. There you go. Another one will bloom again. And usually you have insects flying all around this and holding around it to enjoy its beautiful, beautiful, delicious nectar. Now, keep in mind that this plant is hardy to -20 degrees Fahrenheit. However, the tropical variety where they grow in Hawaii or someplace like Puerto Rico, they actually are a little bit different. They only make it to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's right, positive 50 degrees. This plant can make it to -20 degrees Fahrenheit. A way to see which plant is an annual, perennial, or evergreen, biannual, you can always check with your local nursery, or you can check with your cultivator, someone like myself that's around in your area, and they can let you know which ones are hardy. Another way to know which one is a hardy plant is by looking at the colors of your hibiscus. Hibiscus that's hardy is usually red, pink, or white. And hibiscus that is tropical, that I mentioned, that grows in Hawaii or areas that are warm, maybe like the Philippines, those type of hibiscus can actually have tropical colors like orange and peach and exotic pinks. Just keep that in mind, and also ask someone, ask and say, is this a hardy hibiscus, or is this an annual tropical hibiscus just for that season? An annual is a plant that's good for that season. A perennial is a plant that comes back next year. This hibiscus I'm sharing with you is a perennial plant that's planted in a very sunny, hot location, and it will come back next year. It's by the east side. It's by the east side of the house. Make sure your plants that are flowers, if you can, try to plant them near the east. That would be the best side to plant them. If not, go ahead and plant other sides. However, evergreens are best if you live in a cooler zone, to plant your evergreens near the north side. So north gets cooler. I had -18 a couple of years ago and -20 last year. So the weather gets cold, but this comes back. One trick to it is during its blooming season, which is spring to summer, and it'll grow up to 4 to 5 feet tall. I fertilize this every 6 to 8 weeks. So continual fertilization of this plant. I also make sure to dehead every flower I have, because deadheading it is a good idea to make sure there's other plants there. This doesn't really necessarily need it because it has saucer-like plants in it. It'll already go ahead and lose itself, and another one will bloom the next day. But just a tip for you to know, deadheading your flowers is okay, is a good thing, especially if you have daisies or if you have black-eyed Susan. It'll give you more flowers for that season, and it'll give you more pollinators, which if you are someone who's growing vegetables or herbs like myself, then you definitely need more pollinators. The more pollinators, the better, because they add to your gardens and they also bring in more abundance of fruits and veggies. There you go. So here we are again. Now, you can overwinter your hibiscus plants. So overwintering hibiscus is not hard, because around the fall season the hibiscus plant will start to die back. And when it starts to die back, there is your clue right there to take your hibiscus and mulch it up as best as you can. I suggest you fertilize and mulch. I use an even mulch of Osmocote, and as I mentioned, I use it 6 to 8 weeks prior to fall or winter season, and mulching about 4 inches, a really thick layer, would be really helpful to this gorgeous plant. It would allow the plant to grow better and grow harder stalk, and allow all the nutrition from the leaves to be consumed right there in the root and preserved right there. Hibiscus will grow stronger the next year. So as you see here, I have blooms all over the place. I highly recommend that you plant your here's a spider. I highly recommend that you plant your hibiscus in a warm, sunny location. I have seen some grow it in part shade to part sun. It does grow most of the flowers, and it grows lots of flowers if you plant your hibiscus in lots of sun. It requires a lot of sun, and it'll grow beautiful flowers for you as long as you make sure you allow it enough sun. And also, it's a perennial. Perennial is a plant that comes back the next year. Annual is a plant that's good for that season. So if you do buy a hibiscus that's just for that season, just remember it's going to be pretty for that season only, and not to expect it to grow back the next year. My goal is to be a self-sufficient gardener and have perennials in my gardens, to make it low maintenance, make it have borders, just so I could be able to enjoy beautiful gardens along with pretty flowers and lovely produce, fresh produce to eat every day. I enjoy a fresh salad every day, and that's a good thing to have. Therefore, I also like to grow some flowers. These kind of flowers are hardy. Hibiscus that is hardy is beautiful, saucer-like, and it'll come back for you every year, and it'll last for a long time. I highly recommend it for your gardens. I'm Spenta, and I wish you a beautiful day. Thank you for your subscriptions, comments, and likes.